start off by telling me about your character, please.
I play Eve Sachs in the movie, and she is Ron Woodruff's doctor. And she's a woman who has devoted her whole life to becoming a doctor, and now she's devoting her life to learning about and trying to find a medicine for, a solution for the HIV/AIDS problem.
And what was it about this role and this overall story that really attracted you to the project?
I really wanted to work with Jean-Marc. I really wanted to work again with Matthew. And I was so drawn to the story and the story of a will to live and the story of taking your health into your own hands. Excuse me. Although I have to say, I really didn't see how we could get it done in 25 days. And so when I said yes partially thinking, well, I'll never have to do it because they're never going to be able to make it happen. But then here it is. We did.
And Eve sort of goes through her own transition and journey in this film. Talk a little bit about that.
Eve starts out very much a member of the establishment, and even though she's questioning them at the beginning, she is one of them and part of the medical trials that were happening at the time. And because Ron is such an anomaly and comes in and shocks her over and over again just by his sheer survival, she can't help but question what's going on, why that. She wants to look deeper than what she sees in front of her in the trials, and that kind of leads her to what Ron has to show her, and it changes her outlook.
And obviously, I mean, the guys went through such a drastic physical transformation. How did you sort of prepare for the role? Did you have any sort of medical background? How'd you get in the role?
I read everything I could get my hands on from the early 80s through the kind of mid to late 80s about HIV/AIDS, and I read the stuff that was written then because that perspective was so different. Now looking back, we know so much, but at the time there was just fear, and it was like people had pieces to a 1,000,000-piece jigsaw puzzle, but they didn't know what it was supposed to look like or where anything was supposed to go. And so just reading and realizing, oh, they were right about this, oh, they were wrong about this. And so I just gave myself a picture that way, and then we had excellent people to talk to who were doctors and worked in HIV and AIDS at that time.
And my last question, was it surprising as playing this role to sort of see how hard like the FDA and the other government agencies really fought to keep some of these medical techniques under wraps? Or I don't know, I was really surprised watching the film.
It was surprising, but you have to believe that everyone was trying to do the best that they could, and that they didn't know what was going on. They didn't know that peptides could possibly help or what they would do, and nothing was as pure as it looks in the movie. It's all just so complicated that you just have to give the whole medical community a lot of credit for getting us to where they've gotten us.